The best player in the world right now is Lamine Yamal.
Yamal. Got a bend on it! That is
simply amazing! Just watching him, he goes past players almost as though they're invisible, they're not there. He makes it look so easy to beat a player.
At 17, it's quite scary.
Forget everything you think you know about greatness, because right now, at this exact moment, a 19-year-old is doing something Lionel Messi, the greatest player who ever lived, needed 35 years to do. Messi chased this feeling for 2 decades. Heartbreak after heartbreak, final after final. Yamal? He just walked in and took it. 19 years old, world champion. And this might only be the beginning. For 20 years, one name ruled this sport like a god ruling from Olympus. Untouchable, unrepeatable, or so we thought. Because right now, wearing that same sacred number 10 is a kid who isn't just chasing the legend. He's rewriting the timeline. This is the story of a boy who might make Messi's story look like the warm-up act. Before he ever kicked a ball for Barcelona's first team, Lamine Yamal was already in Messi's arms. A photo taken years earlier. Messi, holding a baby who would one day wear his shirt, chase his records and stand across from him on the biggest stage in the world. Nobody could have scripted this. And yet, somehow, it already happened. 7 years old. That's how young Yamal was when Barcelona's academy, La Masia, the same soil that grew Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, decided he was different. Coaches who had trained legends, who had seen thousands of kids pass through those gates, looked at this one and saw something they hadn't seen since the last generational talent walked through. Not just technique, not just speed. A calmness on the ball, an understanding of space that most players never develop. Not at 19, not at 25, some never. April 2023, Barcelona B debut. He wasn't even old enough to drive in most countries, and he was already playing professional football. Months later, senior debut for the first team. Messi didn't debut for Barcelona's senior side until he was 17. Yamal beat him to it, 16 years old and already wearing the badge. Then came the national team, September 8th, 2023. Spain 7, Georgia 1, 16 years old. Spain's youngest debutant in history. He didn't just play that day, he scored. The youngest goal scorer in the history of Spanish football, on his very first international appearance. Within months, he became the youngest player to ever start a Champions League match. The youngest to ever play El Clásico, Barcelona against Real Madrid, the fiercest rivalry in the sport, and he walked in like he belonged there. By the time most professionals are still fighting for a place in a starting 11, Yamal had already rewritten what was supposed to be possible at his age. This wasn't a kid slowly finding his footing. This was a kid arriving fully formed, like he'd been building toward this moment his entire life. Because in a way, he had been. And the terrifying part for the rest of the football world, he was only getting started. There is one number in football that means more than any other. Number 10. Pelé wore it. Maradona wore it. And for 2 decades at Barcelona, it belonged to one man alone. When Lionel Messi left, nobody at Barcelona wanted to touch that shirt. It felt cursed, impossible to live up to. Then they gave it to a teenager, 18 years old, and Lamine Yamal is wearing the same number 10 that Messi made sacred. By this point, the numbers alone are staggering. Over 150 appearances for Barcelona before he could legally rent a car in most countries. Dozens of goals, dozens more assists, 3 La Liga titles, a market value north of 200 million euros, one of the most valuable players on the planet, still a teenager. Xavi Hernandez, the man who gave Yamal his debut, has seen both of them up close, and he says the resemblance isn't just in the dribbling or the left foot, it's something deeper. A quiet certainty, even as a teenager, that he belongs among the very best to ever play the game. Ronaldinho, a Ballon d'Or winner himself, a man who mentored a young Messi, has watched Yamal and said something remarkable, that this level of maturity, this composure, usually doesn't arrive until a player is 24, 25 years old. Yamal has it as a teenager. Spain's own national team coach has gone even further, placing him in a category most players never reach, not just great athletes, but geniuses. The kind of rare, once-in-a-generation talent you'd compare to the greatest artists in history, not just the greatest footballers. And Barcelona legend David Villa, a World Cup winner himself, has marveled at how Yamal reads the game. Not just his feet, his mind. The vision to see a pass before it exists. In 2025, he finished runner-up for the Ballon d'Or, the award for the best player on the entire planet. Runner-up, as a teenager, behind players a decade older, with a decade more experience. This is the pressure Yamal carries every single time he steps onto that pitch. Not just to be good, not just to be great. To justify a number that the greatest player alive once made his own. And somehow, at 18, he's doing it. Which raises the only question that matters. If this is what he looks like now, what does he look like in 5 years? In 10? Messi needed nearly 2 decades to become untouchable. Yamal might get there before he's even finished growing into his body. Every legend needs a tournament that announces them to the world. For Yamal, that tournament was Euro 2024, and the moment came against France in the semi-final, with Spain trailing 1-0 in just the 8th minute. 16 years old, ball at his feet, 25 yards out, angle impossible for anyone else. He strikes it, top corner, keeper never moves. The youngest player to ever score at a European Championship or a World Cup. Not Messi's record, not Pele's record. He broke it, taking the title from the man widely regarded as the greatest World Cup player in history. Spain won that semi-final 2-1, and 4 days later, they were in the final, in Berlin, against England. The day before that final, Yamal turned 17. The next day, Spain won 2-1, a late winner in the 86th minute, 4th European title in their history, and Yamal was named the tournament's best young player, official proof, 1 year into his senior career, that he wasn't a promising talent anymore. He was already one of the best players at the entire tournament, full stop. The following year, he won the Copa Trophy again, back to back. Nobody had ever done that before, ever. 2 straight years crowned the best young player on the planet. But greatness doesn't come without a price. Through the back half of 2025 and into 2026, his body pushed back. Groin injuries, muscle strains, setback after setback, right as the World Cup approached, the one tournament that could define his entire career. He arrived in the summer of 2026, not at full strength. 20 minutes off the bench in the opener. A quiet, goalless draw against Cape Verde. Question marks everywhere. For a moment, it looked like the story might stall. Then came the semi-final. July 2026. Yamal turned 19 that very week, and Spain faced France again. The same opponent from 2 years earlier, except this time it was the World Cup, with a place in the final on the line. Spain won, advanced, 1 match away from history, and waiting for them in the final, on the other side of the bracket, Lionel Messi, Argentina, one last chance, at 38 years old, for the greatest player of all time to win it all, one more time. The stage was set, not a metaphor, not a comparison anymore, an actual match. Yamal against Messi, the present against the past. July 19th, 2026, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, the World Cup final, 90 minutes gone, nothing separates them, extra time. And there he is again. Yamal, ball at his feet, 2 defenders in front of him. He goes past the first, past the second, slides it across to Ferran Torres, net ripples, Spain 1, Argentina 0. Messi sits on the grass, watching. His last World Cup, likely ending not with a trophy, but with a teenager's assist sealing his fate. Rodri lifts the trophy, Spain's 2nd World Cup ever. and the boy who set up the winning goal is 19 years old. Messi chased this exact feeling for 20 years. Heartbreak in 2014. Heartbreak in 2018. Finally, glory in 2022, at 35 years old. Yamal did it at 19. Read that again. 19. A Euro title. A World Cup. Records that once belonged to Pelé. Comparisons that once belonged to Messi alone. And he hasn't even reached what should be the prime of his career. So here's the only question left to ask. If this is what 19 looks like, what is 30 going to look like? Football has already crowned its next era. The only thing left to find out is how far it goes.